Thought that was a bite at first. Tell myself that wasn't no bite. But I thought it was. I don't know, it kind of jerked like something wasn't. I'm out here today not prepared with a dang for this weather. It literally, when I left home, the sun was out. Like I said, I live about 30 minutes from where I'm at now. And the sun was out. And, you know, even though it's like in the 50s, I think the temperatures were supposed to reach close to 60. And I don't know about that. Because I got down here and there's no sun. It's cloud cover. It's not a blue sky nowhere. And I don't know. I think it said the wind's supposed to be, the gust of wind supposed to be like 8 miles per hour, man. It feels stronger than that. So it's kind of like different conditions than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a sunny day down through here. But hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Got to make the best of it. But today, back on the water again. Today, doing some crappie fishing. And this is going to be another video similar to with the last one. It's going to be an uncut video. I'm going to try to do an hour-long video. And just whatever happened between that video is pretty much going to be it, you know. I'm kind of scared to do this video because I had all kind of editing problems uploading the last video. And, you know, I got my chest in. I got the back camera right here that I'm looking at you all on. And the problem was, I don't know, when I uploaded it to the, although I'm not cutting anything out, I wanted to put the two camera angles together and, you know, flip-flop from one to the other. And I don't know, for some reason, the chesty camera, when I uploaded it just stayed lagging. You know, it was just constantly lagging. And the upload time frame that it took was just crazy amount of time. You know, I did not think it was going to take that long. But I'm going to give it another try again. Hopefully it's nothing like it was the last time. Maybe that was, I don't know, maybe that was a coincidence that's not going to repeat itself. I hope not. Because I had time to fool with it because I was off work. You know, the holidays was around. But by the time I upload this video right here, I'm going to be working. So I ain't got time for this crazy stuff. So if you know, when you look at this video, if you just see one camera angle, that's because I probably had trouble with the adding the two together. And that's going to be the reason why. But other than that, I hope I can still put the two camera angles together where you can see me, not see from a chested view or see from the back view only. Like I said, I'm always trying to give you multiple angles, you know, when I'm fishing. But we're back on the same lake. We're not going in that direction that we did on the last video. We're going to go in the go the way that I've been going typically. And we're just going to see what we can come up with. Like I said, we're going to do about an hour, non-stop, unedited. And hopefully, you know, this time it won't wait 3 minutes after I cut the cameras off. Luckily, I was able to cut the cameras back on right before I caught that one fish, because it literally happened about 3 minutes after finishing up that unedited version. So I just kind of added it to the end of that video to, you know, to say that, you know, kind of show I did catch something that day, you know. So yeah. I know by the time y'all see this, the new year have already came in play. And I hope everybody had a good new year. I hope everybody's safe. I hope, you know what I'm saying, everybody's starting off the new year in a good way, in your own perspective way, in your own respectful way. I was enjoying the time off work, and like some of you all right there doing this time to go back to work come tomorrow. It's a Sunday. Today's the 4th of January. And just gonna see where I can come up. And I just realized that I left my gloves in the truck. Man, I need those gloves. So it's gonna be a lot of in the pocket stuff today. I'm gonna try to look over my shoulder and keep an eye on these my depth finder, try to find these fish, but I kind of got an idea of where they're biting at, or where they're kind of staging up from my previous times. And you know, those are the areas I expect to see them in there again, kind of stacked up. Hopefully today they're sitting a little bit higher in the water column and they want to eat, you know what I'm saying? And you know, therefore I can make some catches for the day. Oh, I just fucking remembered. Oh, excuse my language. I left the fish thing in the truck again. Sitting in the bed truck for again. I really, if I had my big motor, I would crank it up right quick and drive back to that ramp just to get it. But like I said, my motor is damaged, and I hadn't got my parts and stuff yet for it, so I hadn't fixed it yet. Like I said, that'll be an upcoming video that I'm gonna try to do. I hope I can do it myself. But I just got the trolling motors right now, and it's just gonna take too much time to go back to the truck and get anything. So again, as y'all already hear, it's like a broken record. I don't have my fish basket with me, but you know, I'm gonna still see if I can put together a good day of fishing on the water. At the end of the day, it's cold enough out here. If I do start to catch good ones, I just throw them in a bag or something. I don't need like maybe 6 or 7 of them, and that'll be enough for me to, you know, to eat at home. You know, I don't want too many of them. You know, I ain't the one that gonna come and get probably the limit they want you, you know, the limited amount that they want you to take out of here, because I don't like cleaning them. You know, I like eating them, but I don't enjoy the process of cleaning them. So that's that. I'm gonna try to, in some areas that I know it's a little bit deeper, closer to the bank, I'm gonna try to actually get a little bit closer to the bank and see if I can catch them around the banks. You know, in the past, I've just been kind of like, you know, going up towards the you know, going out towards the middle, staying out in the deeper water looking for them. But now I'm gonna get on the deeper banks. I'm gonna kind of get closer to it and see if I can run across some. I'm coming up to an area right now where there's a tree hanging in the water, and there's some big limbs up underneath the water, and hopefully none of my jigs will get snagged on it, but I'm hoping there'll be some fish off them branches just hanging there waiting to eat. I have the same 3 jigs. I got one that's got like a pinkish head with a white curly tail on. I got chartreuse head or whatever, and I got the little light one, same ones I started with last time. Now I'm not gonna go long with, especially with this middle one, before I change out to something different. I'm just going to give it a little bit more chance, but I have thought about putting on a little bit heavier jig head to get a little bit deeper than these 2 on the left and right of me. Okay, that guy right there, he's obviously crappie fishing. And I don't know, how do y'all feel about it when you see someone that's just predominantly just sitting in the chair at the front of the boat, and that's where they control the boat at all times? I just automatically think they're fishing with live scope. That's just something that's just how it make me feel when I see somebody that's just driving around sitting at the front of the boat, chilling in the seat. His live scope. So he's probably finding them, or he's probably catching them. Don't really know. But hopefully I can run across them, you know, using my old electronics and find some that want to bite. Oh, got one. Oh, I had a bite. Oh man, I had a bite on the light one. Okay. Not sure why he didn't take it. He knocked my rod tip down. But that was definitely a bite. You know, this middle one with the real light head jig, it got a lot of bites the other day when I was fishing. But it was just they wouldn't really take it. They just hit it, but wouldn't really take it under. So it's kind of starting off like that now, because that was a pretty hard bite right there. For the ones that's new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Before you leave here today, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share with some friends, you know, my content. This is my channel, and I fish from a little 10-foot pelican bass raider plastic boat. Although I've been doing a lot of crappie fishing lately, I'm predominantly a bass fishing channel. You know, that's what I do. That's my bread and butter. But I don't know. The latter part of 25 and, you know, starting off this year, I've been doing a little bit more crappie fishing, trolling and everything else, just to change things up. But trust me, it's not gonna last. I'm gonna be back throwing a crankbait, throwing a bladed jig, Texas rig. You know, I'm gonna be back doing what I love to do. But right now, I just in that mode of crappie fishing, chilling out. For you ones that are always supporting me, have been riding with me for the last several months, or for the last year or so, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. I really, really do appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? Continuing to support my channel. I don't take it lightly that, you know, out of y'all's busy schedule, you know, you find time to just see what's going on with my channel. You know, no matter what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? You find time in your day, your busy schedules, to check out what I'm doing. I really appreciate that. About to cross over a point where it gets kind of narrow. I'm gonna go out a little bit because it gets real shallow right up in this spot right here, and it's like rocks. It's like a pretty good bit of rocks in this particular area, so I don't want to get snagged on a rock, because if I get snagged, I got to stop the boat, go back, get unsnagged from the rock, and then I got these other two reels of rods that's also out there. They're gonna get snagged and everything else. I don't need that, so I don't want to go in that shallow of water. So hopefully on the outskirts of it, you know, just past it, somebody put this little, I don't know, somebody always have like a little, for a while they had a little mannequin head or something like that tied on right here. And I think that's like the further out, that's like the last big giant stump or whatever, because there are tree stumps in that off this point too, along with the rocks. But I think they put that there basically for the ones that, you know, come flying up and down the lake, to warn them that it's shallow right there. You know what I'm saying? This lake, this is not a big lake like Hartwell, Greenwood, or somewhere like that. So they don't have markings on the water that kind of indicates every shallow area. So somebody would just probably be in mind for putting that there, as well as it probably using it as also a marking where they fish off of that spot. But that's not the case for me. I don't plan on doing no fishing around it. I troll by it, but that's about it. But I do plan on, if no action start soon, switching up my jig colors. And I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm gonna try a bigger jig head. Yeah, that's a Honda outboard right there he's driving. I miss my outboard, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I miss my little 2.3 Honda outboard. You know, I really do. It might not go as fast as a bigger motor, whatever, but it definitely goes faster than what a trolling motor can do. So I miss it. Man, there's a pretty nice rock collection right here, down about 12 feet. Big pile of rock, man. I like that. I've never really seen that pile. I ought to mark it, but I'll do that another time if I run back across it. Right now, I'm going to concentrate on just keeping this boat rolling and waiting on a bite. We're in 26 feet of water. As you all can see, we're in 26 feet of water. And, you know, not really seeing any big bait balls yet, you know what I'm saying, or schools of fish. So hopefully that'll change soon. This place right here closes at sunset. So, and it's not that you got to be back at the ramp at sunset. You got to be packed up, boat ready, and going out the gate by sunset. So I think I had just a little bit over 2 hours to troll the area. So I'm not going to go too terribly far down the lake. I'm probably going to, it's an island right there. I want to go to that island and do a turnaround. But I don't know time-wise. Let's see what time it is. See, it's 3:19 now, so it's not like I don't have time to do that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to come back down. I'm going to be a little bit closer over on this side of the lake. Just see what I come up with. Hey, if you're new to the channel, you never watched the channel before, hey, drop in the comment where you from. Drop in the comments. Just say where you're from. What state you rep. What country you rep. I do see that a certain percentage of my people who view my videos are from outside of the United States. So, you know, before you leave, hey, put a comment down there. I really would appreciate it. I like, you know, to get some interaction between, you know, you and I or whatever. So drop down in the comments where you from. Yeah. Hopefully we'll come up with a fish in a few moments. Come on, fishy. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Come talk to me. Hey, I'm going to throw you back. All I want to do is, you know, have some special guests on my channel today. You know, just bite the jig. Let me pull you out. Give you some camera time, and I'll throw you back in there where your friends at. And when you go back in there, make sure you tell them to bite too and come on out here and get that little 10 seconds of fame, or however you say that phrase. Whew, it is cold. Colder than a mug. But yeah, I'm just hoping that the problems I had editing do not reoccur. That's why I was one day off. Last video, like I said, I typically drop my videos off Thursday morning, but it ended up being Friday. I mean, it was just terrible. It didn't go smooth at all. So I'm hoping that this is not a repeat process, you know what I'm saying, to get this video out. Because I really like the concept of, you know, doing an uncut video. But that process of uploading it and getting it ready to present to you all, man, I did not enjoy that at all. And like I said, I'm scheduled to return back to work. And unlike the first time, you know, I was off, I had time to sit around and try to get it right. But this go around, I do not have the time. I do not have the time. I did not think it was going to be this freaking cold. Like, if I thought it was going to be cold, I could at least put my long johns up underneath my pants. Could have worn me an actual long pair of a longer pair of socks. And hell, I could even put some different shoes on. Day like today, you don't want no shoes that have no air penetration coming through it. You want something that's all leather with some good old long socks, thick socks. But you know, I do realize that it is quite normal and really beneficial to every now and then feel the coldness of the outdoors. You know, because your body can adapt to stuff. So even though I'm a little bit cold, I'm not too cold. As long as my hands and my feet don't get cold, I can bear it. You know, like I said, our bodies are very adaptable. You know, they adapt to things. So it's good to engage in the cold every now and then. So right now it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. I don't know if y'all still can hear me good, but I just put my little mask on. Might be a little bit muffled, but the wind is kind of blowing in my face. So I'm going to cover it up a little bit. I am really, really surprised that I've not gotten any takers yet. So let's start looking over some options. See what I got in here. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's see what kind of options we got. I might try something that got a little bit of a darker, give off a little bit of a darker glow in the water. You get what I'm saying? Something that's darker, more vibrant. Don't turn this way. This wind blowing. You know what? I have this right here. It doesn't have a twist tail to it, but I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna put it on that middle one. I bought these from Bass Pro Shop, and I kind of want to try these again. I think the first one I didn't lose it. I think it fell down between the cracks of my little subfloor. So I'm gonna put this one on and see. It's pink, blue. It's got a little bit more flash. Let me try something else. I'm gonna change my mind on that one. Let's try a different option, y'all. I do like this green. Do I got a jig head already on one? You know what? Let's find a jig head. We're gonna put this one right here on. I think I'm gonna go with one that don't have a that doesn't have a underspin on it. So let's go with this one right here. Don't want to go to white. Go with a head that kind of fits the same color. Cause this is the color. I don't know if I want to go with that color. Go with a white head. You know what? I don't think I got white on neither one of them. So let's try this. Plus it's a little bit heavier head, so should go down in the water column deeper than any one I got on right now. So let's wind it. Let's pull this one in. The only one that really I think I got a bite off of. But these right here, although my other two, even though they ain't got bites, they done proved themselves many times. So that's why I'm making that change. I know what they can do. Let me hurry up and tie this on too. Come on, get in there. Get in the hole. Let me just be honest. I do not think in any way, shape, or form that it's going to get 60 degrees today. There's no way. Maybe if the sun is shining somewhere, it may reach it. But not right here where I'm at. It's not going to happen. Oh, man, I hadn't even opened this pack up yet. You know what? Let's open it on up. Bump that. I said I'm going with this color, and that's the color I'm going with. Not about to switch up now. So. And like I said in the last video, you know, I'm going to post whatever happened. You know, if I don't catch anything, you're going to see it. I hope it's not like that. Don't get me wrong. That's not my purpose. is to show you. But this is real fishing. This is not no edited version. This is how it is. A lot of times you go fishing. Like I said, you're a person that you fish out here, and you think that every time you go fishing is fish catches back to back, back to back. I'm sorry, you're in for a rude awakening. You know, a lot of times it's moments like this right here where you're trying to figure them out, where you're not catching anything. You know what I'm saying? So this is real fishing at its best. Or its worst, whichever way you want to frame it. Good. Hands got cold after being in there. Let me put my phone inside my jacket. But yeah, I got a much bigger jig head on this middle one now. So it's probably a couple of feet deeper than these two now. Doesn't have the action that those other have. These other ones, they have like a paddle tail on them, and then they got a underspin on them. Well, one got a curly tail, the other one got a paddle tail. So we got a curly tail, I call them spin tails. We got a paddle tail on this one, and then we got one that just got a straight head on it. You know, and so I got 3 different ones, and I got, you know, so we're gonna see if any one of them can trigger something. At the end of the day, I need for a crappie to, or anything to find it tasty and bite it. I'm not real comfortable with the way that rod is setting. I have thought about putting me another track just down this side right here to kind of give me some more options to actually set rod holders in. Just hadn't got to the moment. I got one track right here, but I don't have a rod holder for it. I really don't understand why I put it right there, because outside of maybe anchoring down and fishing from that side of the boat, it is really not a good place for trolling. Although it could work, it still could work. You know, it can hold a rod, it can throw it out there and just troll. Because trolling, you know, you just throw it out there and let it do what it do. You just put the boat at a certain speed and you roll. Okay, now we're running across a really, really big school of fish. Hopefully we can catch one right here, y'all. They're sitting anywhere from 10, anywhere from like 6 to 12, 13 feet. And they're scattered. Those are crappie. Those are crappie. They're nothing other than a big school of crappie, but I don't know if they biting. I would turn around and let y'all see it, but I'm trying to keep an eye on my rods and stuff, especially the one in the middle. Cause man, that thing, if a big crappie grab that thing, it's gone. So I need to be ready to get it. But they are definitely in that zone I just came out of. They are there. And guess what? Ain't jack bit. Not one little twitch on the rod. But they were there. They were there. You know, like I said, we're gonna spin around in a few minutes, and we're gonna try to see. We're gonna run back through that school. As long as they don't move, we're gonna run back through that, because they there. They are there. And I mean, this big school. They are separated like crappie are on your electronics, and they're bunched up. But they're not active. Didn't see them. They didn't bite. And I also, you know, feel like when you crappie fish, there are just moments where you can ignite the school. You know, you catch that one, you can ignite them. I just hope the first one I catch ain't a really, really good one. Well, I hope it's a good one, but like if I always fear when I catch one, if he's a real good one, and I don't have a basket, I throw them back in. I just feel like they go back in there and tell on each other. I mean, tell on what's going on. They be like, hey, that mud just caught me up there, man. Don't hit them jigs. Or they'll move, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like they run back and just tell in a lot of cases. So sometimes I try to throw them a little further away from the school. You know, that'll give them a little bit of time not to get back to the school, or maybe not know exactly what the school is at to go back and tell. But man, I just feel like sometimes when you catch them and they close by the other ones, they'll go back and tell, and therefore the bite will stop. Might sound crazy, but that's just how I feel. We're coming up on about 35 minutes, 34, 35 minutes. Man, it's gonna be a rough one here. I got my first nudge on the one in the middle. Definitely was a nudge. But like I said, I don't need nudges. I need some bites. And I have thought about a different setup as far as like if I have a rod sitting in the middle. And I got a couple of ideas in it, because you just real limited on space inside a Pelican bass raider to have multiple rods, and it takes a little bit of thinking and planning to try to figure out a way of making it all work. As always, I'm always trying not to drill into my boat. Another thing that I'm continuously trying to get better at is not overcrowding my boat, not having too much in it. And like if I'm crappie jig fishing, I try not to have all of my bass stuff in the boat. You know what I'm saying? I messed up on that today, because I actually got my tackle box for my bass fish still hooked up underneath this seat right here. But you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. That's just less for me to strap up when I get out of the boat. Okay, so I'm gonna turn around at some point. We're gonna slowly start turning around and kind of go back by this island, but I also want to hit that area where I seen those big concentration of fish sitting. Man, I thought I was gonna get a bite when that happened. When I seen that, man, my eyes lit up. I mean, they literally lit up. I thought for one, I was gonna at least see a rod tip, bounce up and down real hard or something like that. But nothing at all. So we're already turning around now, trying to make a slow turn, not a real fast turn, but just like a gradual turn. I want to keep those jigs kind of, I don't want them to get on top of each other. I kind of want to keep them separate in a way. So I try to make real wide turns when I'm trolling. Yep. It is right out here. Woo! It's cold. And I'm real skeptical. I know this is a hour-long video. If you're still here, thank you. Thank you. If you're still watching right now, I appreciate it. Don't give up on me yet. Don't give up on me yet. I'm trying to catch them. I really am. But if you're still here through all this time, over 30 something minutes of this video, you know what I'm saying, I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying, I really appreciate that. Now tell me this, I know this might be crazy, but for you ones out there to be fishing, you know, you be on the lake, you hear animals, you know, like ducks or whatever. But have you ever heard like a flock of ducks making noises? And sometimes it just sounds like you can kind of hear a sequence of sounds or whatever that counts. I don't know, not like talking like us, but it's like, I don't know, it's like you're trying to concentrate on understanding what they're saying to each other, or you know, what exactly, how do they communication happen. I just always find myself listening to animals, you know. Might sound silly, but that's just what I do. Okay, you see we're heading, you can see we're heading back towards the island. The left side of this island is extremely shallow, so we're not going over through there. So we're gonna stay out to the right of the island and just see what we can get. Man, it is cold. Baby, when it's cold outside, girl, who are you holding? Yeah. Come on, holler at me, y'all. You know, it kind of feels a little bit better when I'm going back in this direction, because all the wind is hitting me from behind. I really would be 100% comfortable if I had on a longer pair of socks. Right now, those little, I ain't gonna say ankle cut, but just a little bit above the ankle socks, and they ain't it right now. These bad boys got my ankles, lower part of my legs, a little frigid. But I'm thinking that I'm just gonna have enough time in this hour frame just to troll through one time and turn around and come back, kind of like the other time. But I don't think I made the wrong choice to come this way. Excuse me. But as of right now, I don't have a fish to prove it, but I still think that this is the better choice. Now I'm going to turn around a little bit and try to make sure I locate that school, because I'm not going to butt up too close to that island right there. It is a point off of it, and it gets kind of shallow. I've caught fish off that little shallow part of that island, but I want to go back over that school of fish, you know what I'm saying? Try to see exactly what they are. I'm almost positive that those are crappie. You know, there's no doubt about it that I think it's a big concentration of crappie. But like I said, I just want to go back through that zone and let them see these jigs, and hopefully this time through something would make them come up and get them. The depth of each one of these jigs should be perfect. So I do see a lot of fish that's hugging the bottom. You know, they could be catfish, could be bass, but I do see them hugging that bottom. All right, which one of y'all gonna be the first to get bit? Oh man, that's a good little concentration of fish hugging the bottom right there. Whew, it's cold. This is another example of why it's always good to kind of overdress a little bit in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? Not underdress. Oh man, y'all, look at this school of fish. Oh my goodness. It's literally a school, but it's almost like they went down. Like they literally went down. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna slow the boat down. I'm gonna slow the boat down. And hopefully it'll get low enough to where it'll trigger one or two of them. Cause they there. That's literally that same school, but it's like they went down lower. Okay. I've slowed down a lot, y'all. Oh, I'm getting a hit on something. I don't know. It might be dragging the ground or whatever. I need to speed it up just a little bit. But man, I was trying to get down there where they was like in 18 feet of water. So I was trying to get them jigs around about, you know, 16, 15, 16 feet. I sped it up again. Let's get them back up. That didn't work. All right, y'all, we're closing in on about 45 minutes, I think. About 45 minutes. So, time is running short. Okay, we're about to enter in another pretty good sized school, hopefully. I don't know, hopefully we can get some kind of action. Let's catch one. Yeah, that's a nice little wave. Looks more like bait fish, but I'm hoping that something is up underneath them feeding and will mistake one of my jigs for some bait fish. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold. I know I done said that 100 times a day. I know I done said it a lot, but it's true. It is cold. I know I've talked about this before in my videos. I actually did, but you know, I enjoy the day. I enjoy the days where I'm not catching anything almost as good as I do the days I'm catching something. Because, you know, days like these, you know, they just make you appreciate the days when the bite is really good. You know, because catching them all the time, you know, you can get spoiled on it. And when you run into a very hard day, it can be deflating, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, always catching them, you can become too accustomed to just taking it for granted that you can catch them all the time. And, you know, it's very hard to even get that anyway, but having hard days in the long run is very beneficial when you're a fisherman. You know, something I want to ask, if got any ladies out there that's watching the channel, hey, leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? I fish for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment. Tell me where you're from. I do realize that maybe I don't sometimes always voice out, because, you know, in fishing, it's very it's universal. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of really, really good female fishermen out there. You know what I'm saying? And I see it both on the internet, and, you know, if you fish in a lot enough lakes, you see women fish. So they are very popular too. And I love to see a wide variety of people fishing, especially women. You know, I think that's so amazing, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that sometimes people get accustomed thinking that it's only one thing that a man does, but women enjoy fishing too. A lot of, you know, you have a lot of diehard fishermen, I don't even want to say fishermen, fishing ladies out there, you know, just love to wet a hook and catch fish, whether it's bass fish, crab fish, panfish. You know, there's a lot of ladies out there. So, you know, shout out to all the women that go out there and wet a hook and go out there and try to catch them. So, you know, if you're looking at the channel, hey, leave a comment. Let me know where you're from. You know, say hi, whatever. You know, I appreciate y'all for coming by and checking it out. Yeah, we're gonna try to hug over through this way a little bit, try to see get something. Outside of the fish that's on that off that island on that one side, that big area with a big concentration, I really ain't seen no other concentration of fish here, but they're here somewhere. We're gonna find them. We're gonna find them. I might not find them in this hour frame, but y'all, I'm gonna find them, because we're approaching 50. I think it's 52 minutes or something like that. It may be a little bit off from the actual thing because I was doing other stuff when I first started posting or whatever, but we're getting close to that hour time frame. And again, you know, I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying. I I appreciate you if you're still watching. I promise you, I'm not trying not to catch them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the way it is. You know, so hopefully within the next few minutes, I'll be able to at least catch one during this time frame. I'll probably you know, after I cut the cameras and stuff off, I'll probably turn the cameras back on, but I'll probably just continue to fish back toward the boat ramp, because, you know, it's getting close. you know, I don't want to cut it too close. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to fish my way back to the boat ramp. But yeah, it's been a rough couple of days of crappie fishing. And I promise in the next one that I do crappie fishing, I'm going to use some live bait. My game plan was to really go down to a bigger lake and, you know, use some minnows. But, you know, I got to doing other things at home and it didn't pan out like that. I ended up switching it up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna also try using some minnows. And hopefully I can get back with one of my buddies and we go back on this boat. I really enjoyed the last time me and him went. I didn't get to film it. I did one of the dumbest things was I really had brought my cameras to film the day of us fishing on this boat. And I brought my cameras. But guess what I didn't bring? I left my memory cards that goes in the camera. I forgot those. Didn't have it. So all I could do was just a little footage on my cell phone, which you know, I've never filmed an extended video with just a cell phone, but it messed up because I ended up having a really, really good day on the water fishing. Me and him both, we caught some really nice crappie. Or like some of y'all like to say crappie. I think I said that both ways that people like to say it, but I call them crappie. You know, that's what I call them. But yeah, so I need to, you know, the next time out and I'm fishing for crappie, I need to use the live bait. You know, get me some minnows. I think I'm pretty safe with the medium size, you know, instead of getting the bigger ones and the small ones, or just get a mixture of maybe medium. I don't know if I need to get medium to soft. I mean to small, but yeah, need to do that. Got about 3 more minutes, y'all. Got about 3 more minutes. Still no fish. It is what it is. Hey, all I can do is throw the hook in there, the jig, whatever I fish with, all I can do is throw it in there and just go through the motions. I can't make them bite, you know. I'm at the mercy of the fish, but that's a part of the game. Oh, I thought I had got a bite. That was just a rod falling down. I thought, boy, I did it. I thought it was gonna be a last second heroic. Oh, this is a stump. That's a stump. Oh, that. Well, y'all, looks like I'm gonna end the day hooked on a stump. I'm actually gonna cut the motor off, and I'm gonna roll in the ones that are not hooked on the stump. But I think this pretty much gonna, yeah, this one hooked on a stump too, I think. Yeah, I got 2 rods hooked on stumps. So this is gonna pretty much be the end of the video. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all that have stuck with me through the entirety of this video. I really do appreciate it. Again, just the nature of fishing. Sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't. But like I said, I promise to show exactly what happens. You know, sometimes I don't want you to think that every time I go fishing I catch them. You know, sometimes it just doesn't happen, and that's okay too, because that's the nature of fishing. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these things from untangled, and because I got a mess going on right here, which is another thing a lot of people don't let you see on camera. But I got to get this stuff untangled and get it loose, and I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, and I'll holler at y'all on the next one.